Hare Krishna, everyone. Hope you all had a nice day yesterday. Those of you who were observing the July Ekadashi, whichever standard you kept it to, I hope you had a lovely day. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So we are on chapter 14 of the Krishna book, Prayers Offered by Lord Brahma to Lord Krishna. So yesterday we finished our reading at this paragraph where it said that there's a dialogue between Lord Brahma. He's saying that, my Lord, there are many instances in the history of human society where a person, after failing to achieve the transcendental platform, engaged himself in devotional service with his body, mind and words, and thus attained the highest transcendental perfectional state of entering into your abode. One should therefore engage himself in your devotional service even in his worldly activities. And one should always keep himself near you by the process of hearing and chanting. Because in Kali Yuga, our ears are kind of our eyes. Through them, we see as well. And then by hearing the holy name, it enters through our ears into our heart. And it purifies the surface of the dirty mirror of our heart, which then becomes more and more ready to serve Krishna selflessly in everyday mundane life. Your transcendental glories, simply by being attached to hearing and chanting your glories, one can attain the highest perfectional stage of entering into your kingdom. If a person therefore always keeps in touch with you by hearing and chanting your glories and offers the results of his work for your satisfaction only, he very easily and happily attains entrance into your supreme abode. You are realizable by persons who have cleansed their hearts of all contamination. This cleansing of the heart is made possible by chanting and hearing the glories of your Lordship. So this is the only way in this Kali Yuga. Like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Harer Nam, eva kevalam, kalo nasti, eva nasti, nasti, gater anyatha. The Lord is all-pervading, as it is stated by Lord Krishna in Bhagavad Gita. Everything is sustained by me, but at the same time, I am not in everything. Since the Lord is all-pervading, there is nothing existing without his knowledge. The all-pervasive nature of the Supreme Personality of Godhead can never be within the limited knowledge of a living entity. Therefore, a person who has attained steadiness of the mind by fixing the mind on the lotus feet of the Lord is able to understand the Supreme Lord to some extent. It is the business of the mind to wander over varied subject matter for sense gratification. Therefore, only a person who always engages the senses in the service of the Lord can control the mind and be fixed at the lotus feet of the Lord. This concentration of the mind upon the lotus feet of the Lord is called samadhi. Until one reaches the stage of samadhi or trance, he cannot understand the nature of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. There may be some philosophers or scientists who can study the cosmic nature from atom to atom. They may be so advanced that they can count the atomic composition of the cosmic atmosphere or all the planets and stars in the sky, or even the shining molecular parts of the sun or other stars and luminaries in the sky, but it is not possible to count the qualities of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. As described in the beginning of Vedanta Sutra, Supreme Person is the origin of all the qualities. He is generally called Nirguna. Nirguna means whose qualities are beyond estimation. Guna means quality and Nir means beyond estimation. But impersonalists interpret this word Nirguna as having no quality. Because they are unable to estimate the qualities of the Lord in transcendental realization, they conclude that the Supreme Lord has no qualities. But that is actually not the position. The real position is that He is the original source of all qualities. All qualities are emanating constantly from Him. How therefore can a limited person count the qualities of the Lord? One may estimate the qualities of the Lord at one moment, but the next moment the qualities are increased. So it is not possible to make an estimation of the transcendental qualities of the Lord. He is therefore called Nirguna, one whose qualities cannot be estimated. One should not uselessly labor in mental speculation to estimate the Lord's qualities. There is no need of adopting the speculative method or exercising the body to attain mystic yoga perfection. One should simply understand that the distress and happiness of this body are predestined. There is no need to try to avoid the distress of this bodily existence or to attempt to achieve happiness by different types of exercises. The best course is to surrender unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead with body, mind, words, and always be engaged in His service. This transcendental labor is fruitful, but other attempts to understand the absolute truth are never successful. Therefore, an intelligent man does not try to understand the absolute truth by speculative or mystic power. Rather, he engages in devotional service and depends on the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He knows that whatever may happen to the body is due to his past fruitive activities or the karma. If one lives such a simple life in devotional service, then automatically he inherits the transcendental abode of the Lord. Actually, every living entity is part and parcel of the Supreme Lord and a son of the Godhead. Each has the natural right to inherit and share the transcendental pleasures of the Lord. But due to the contact of the matter, conditioned living entities have been practically disinherited. If one adopts the simple method of engaging himself in devotional service, automatically he becomes eligible to be freed from material contamination and elevated to the transcendental position of associating with the Supreme Lord. Lord Brahma presented himself to Lord Krishna as the most presumptuous living creature because he wanted to examine the wonder of his personal power. He stole the boys and the calves of the Lord in order to see how the Lord would recover them. Now, Lord Brahma admitted that his attempt was most presumptuous, and he was attempting to test his energy before the person of original energy. It's like we trying to test our energies with the Lord's energies. Coming to his senses, Lord Brahma saw that although he was a very powerful living creature in the estimation of all other living creatures within this material world, his power was nothing in comparison with the power and energy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The scientists of the material world have discovered wonders such as atomic weapons, and when tested in a city or some insignificant place on this planet, such powerful weapons create so-called havoc. But if the atomic weapons are tested on the sun, what is their significance? They are insignificant there. Similarly, Brahma's stealing of the calves and boys from Sri Krishna may be a wonderful display of mystic power, but when Sri Krishna exhibited his expansive power in so many calves and boys and maintained them without the effort for a whole year, Brahma could understand that his own power was insignificant. Brahma addressed Lord Krishna as Achyuta because the Lord is never forgetful of a little service rendered by his devotee. He is so kind and affectionate towards his devotees that a little service by them is accepted by him as a great deal. Brahma has certainly rendered much service to the Lord as a supreme personality in charge of this particular universe, which is our universe. He is without a doubt a faithful servant of Krishna. Therefore, he could appease Krishna. He asked that the Lord understand him as a subordinate servant whose little mistake and impudence might be excused. He admitted that he was puffed up by his powerful position as Lord Brahma because he is the qualitative incarnation of the mode of passion within this material world. This was natural for him and therefore he committed the mistake. But Lord Brahma hoped that since he was after all Lord Krishna's subordinate, the Lord would kindly take compassion upon him and excuse him for his gross mistake. Lord Brahma realized his actual position. He is certainly the supreme teacher of this universe, in charge of the production of material nature, consisting of the complete material energy, false ego, sky, air, fire, water, and earth. Such a universe may be gigantic, but it can be measured, just as we measure our body in 7 spans. Generally, everyone's personal bodily measurement is calculated to be 7 spans of his hands. This particular universe may appear as a very gigantic body, but it is nothing but the measurement of 7 spans for Lord Brahma. Aside from this universe, there are unlimited other universes which are outside the jurisdiction of this particular Lord Brahma. So there are many Lord Brahmas, not just this Lord Brahma, there are many other Lord Brahmas for the other universes created, which is for some other time to be discussed. Aside from this universe, there are unlimited other universes which are outside the jurisdiction of this particular Lord or Brahma, just as innumerable atomic infinitesimal fragments pass through the holes of a screen window. So millions and trillions of universes in this seedling form are coming out from the bodily pores of Mahavishnu. And that Mahavishnu is but a part of the plenary expansion of Krishna. Under these circumstances, although Lord Brahma is the supreme creature within this universe, what is his importance in the presence of Lord Krishna? Lord Brahma therefore compared himself to a little child within the womb of his mother. If the child within the womb plays with his hands and legs, and while playing touches the body of the mother, is the mother offended with the child? Of course she isn't. Similarly, Lord Brahma may be a very great personality, and yet not only Brahma, but everything that is existing within the womb of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The Lord's energy is all-pervading. There is no place in the creation where it is not acting, since everything is existing within the energy of the Lord. The Brahma of this universe and the Brahmas of many other millions and trillions of universes are existing within the energy of the Lord. Therefore, the Lord is considered to be the mother, and everything existing within the womb of the mother is considered to be the child. And the good mother is never offended with the child, even if he touches the body of the mother by kicking his legs. Lord Brahma then said that his birth was from the lotus flower which blossomed from the navel of Narayan after the dissolution of the 3 worlds, or the 3 planetary systems, known as Bhurloka, Bhuvarloka, and Swarloka. The universe is divided into 3 divisions, namely Swarga, Martya, and Patal. These 3 planetary systems are merged into water at the time of dissolution. At that time, Narayan, the plenary portion of Krishna, lies down on the water, and gradually a lotus stem grows from his navel, and from that lotus flower Brahma is born. It is naturally concluded that the mother of Brahma is Narayan, because the Lord is the resting place of all the living entities after the dissolution of the universe. He is called Narayan. The word Nara means aggregate total of all living entities, and Ayana means resting place. The form of Garbhodakshay Vishnu is called Narayan because he rests himself on that water. In addition, he is the resting place of all living creatures. Besides that, Narayan is also present in everyone's heart as confirmed in the Bhagavad Gita. In that case also, he is Narayan because he rests himself on that water. It is also confirmed in the Bhagavad Gita that the remembrance of the living entity is due to the presence of the supersoul within the heart. After changing the body, a living creature forgets everything of his past life, but because Narayan, the supersoul, is present within the heart, he is reminded by him to act according to his past desire. Lord Brahma wanted to prove that Krishna is the original Narayan, that he is the source of Narayan, and that Narayan is not an exhibition of the external energy, Maya, but is an expansion of spiritual energy. The activities of the external energy or Maya are exhibited after the creation of this cosmic world, and the original spiritual energy of Narayan was acting before the creation. So the expansions of Narayan from Narayan to Karanodakshay Vishnu, from Karanodakshay Vishnu to Garbhodakshay Vishnu, from Garbhodakshay Vishnu to Kshirodakshay Vishnu, and from Kshirodakshay Vishnu to everyone's heart are actually Krishna's expansions, manifestations of his spiritual energy. They are not conducted by the material energy, therefore they are not temporary. Anything conducted by the material energy is temporary, but everything executed by the spiritual energy is eternal. So we shall resume our reading tomorrow from here onwards. So we have understood that Brahma has surrendered himself, his little bit puffed up feeling which he was having about his energies, to Lord Krishna, and he has understood that how he has come about, and he is just a minute particle of the energies of the Lord, and he is only an administrator of this universe. There are many other Brahmas who are administering the rest of the universes, and how the expansions of Narayan are going from Narayan to Karanodakshay Vishnu, and from Karanodakshay Vishnu to Garbhodakshay Vishnu, and from Garbhodakshay Vishnu to Kshirodakshay Vishnu, which is Paramatma, form of Krishna, which is in each one's heart. So all of you have a blissful day ahead. We shall resume our reading tomorrow. Take care. Hare Krishna.